read a book that you absolutely loved, but then two things ruin it for you? Well, that's what we're going to discuss today, how we love a book, then we listen to it on Audible, and then watch a movie, and it completely ruins it, or does it ruin it for you, but maybe it makes it where you don't quite like it as well. But before we discuss the book, I'm going to give you a little bit of a hint of what this book might be about. The cocktail, as you know, every book deserves a cocktail, and this one deserves what I'm calling the bloody scene, aka Bloody Mary. And Bloody Marys are very easy to make. You can add whatever you want in them. It starts with vodka and tomato juice, and then you can add your ingredients as you go along. And why I picked this is because it does have lots of layers, and you can add as you go and whatever. So I'm going to take a little drink. Mm-hmm. That's good. Ooh, it's spicy. I love mine spicy. Okay, let's talk about the book. The book is The Bone Collector by Jeffrey Deaver. And I read this book years and years ago, and I absolutely love the book. And Lincoln Rhymes is just the ultimate main character. He's smart. He knows his business. His business is criminal forensics, and he's written books, and he's just the guy when it comes to solving a crime. And the way he does it is he has so many of this trivial information in his mind. And he's, like I said, written books, and he even looks at historical information. So um, he has an accident, and he's a quadriplegic, and he uses one finger to use all of his electronics that he can use. And I am not going to give you the whole synopsis. You can read the synopsis online, or maybe you've even read the book. What I want to talk about is, well, actually, I want to talk about the book because the book is a very solid book. What happened to me is, one, the movie. Let's just talk about the movie. And I think by now you probably know how I feel about Hollywood and movies. This was a casting mistake. And it wasn't because I love Denzel Washington. I love it. But to be a purist of a book, Lincoln Rhymes was not a black man. Now, did it necessarily hurt the movie or the book because Denzel was picked for it? Absolutely not. But it didn't follow the author's footprint in this book, and that's what bothered me. And the main character, the other characters in the book, was pretty well there. But I understand why Hollywood does what Hollywood does. Like I said before, there are numerous books to movies that I do not agree with. And this one is not as bad as Alex Cross in Along Came the Spider. And if you know what I'm talking about, good for you. If you don't, go back and read the book. It's great. So I felt like, one, Denzel was hot at the time, and so I understand why they picked him. He brought lots of viewers to the movie. I understand that. And I get it. I do get it. But if you're going to make a movie from a book, in my opinion, you follow the footprint of the author, because that's what's made this book so popular, is because the author has a footprint, and he knows. And this is not a one and done book. It's a series. So It just didn't make any sense to me why they chose Denzel when it was so different from the book. Now, let's talk about the Audible. I am an Audible person, and the reason being is I drive 45 minutes to work and 45 minutes back home. And so for 12 years now, I have been an Audible subscriber. So I have lots of books. I have lots of experience with Audible, and I am not being high-headed about it or anything else. This is just me. And I read physical books and I read on Kindle. I was blown away by this Audible book, and not in a good way. It was hideous, horrible, horrendous. It was so bad that it took away from the book. The narrator of this book was robotic. When he changed his voice for the other characters, it was just awful, awful, awful. If I had not read the book before this, I would have turned it off because it was that bad. And I hate to give bad reviews on such a good book. And it kills me because if you're out there listening to Audible books, you would turn this one off. Hands down. Hands down would turn this one off. I was shocked at this, and it's gotten bad reviews. It's not just me, it's a lot on, you can read the reviews. So if you don't trust me on this, but trust me on this, it was just bad. So, what would I give this in rating? If it was the standalone book by itself, it is a solid 4. If you love murder mystery and you love putting yourself in step by step by step, figuring out who did this crime, it is a 4B. 4B. Jeffrey Deaver does a great job writing this book. I love the character. I love all the characters in the book. He's very, very good with the characters. What would I give the movie? I love Denzel Washington. I enjoyed him in this role, but he was not the right person, I feel like, for this role because he did not fit the description that the author gave the book. And so, as a purist, again, it kind of threw me off. Not bad, but it threw me off. Now, Audible. Y'all, oof, I would give it two B's. Because again, if you have not read this book, you would not be able to finish this book just because of the narration. And I am sorry, Audible. I am sorry to this narrator. I don't even know his name, but I am sorry. That was a poor, poor performance. Will I write Audible about it? Will I give a review on it? Absolutely. That's how much I feel about this book or this Audible. I just felt like it was cheaply done. I don't know what happened, but it was bad. Bad. So, thank you for joining me on this rant. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining me. This is Boozy Bees Books, Cocktails, and some basketball. Cheers.
Cheers.